Good morning everyone, I hope you're all well this morning. I've been asked this morning to pick a Bible character that inspires me and share a bit about them. The character I've chosen is never actually named but is found in Luke chapter 8 verses 40 to 48. It says, "Now when Jesus returned, a crowd welcomed him, for they were all expecting him. Then a man named Jairus, a synagogue leader, came and fell at Jesus' feet, pleading with him to come to his house, because his only daughter, a girl of about 12, was dying. As Jesus was on his way, the crowds almost crushed him, and a woman who has been subject to bleeding for 12 years, but no one could heal her. She came up behind him and touched the edge of his cloak, and immediately her bleeding stopped. 'Who touched me?' Jesus asked. When they all denied it, Jesus said, 'Master, the people are crowding and pressing against you.' But Jesus said, 'Someone touched me. I know that the power has gone out from me.' Then the woman, seeing that she could not go unnoticed, came trembling and fell at his feet. In the presence of all the people, she told why she had touched him and how she had been instantly healed. Then he said to her, 'Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace.'" Now it might seem strange that with all the amazing Bible characters that I would choose this nameless woman who's part of someone else's story. But for me, she's the greatest example of what it means to have faith. This woman had been bleeding for 12 years. She would have been considered unclean and outcast. She would have tried many things to find healing. A lot of people would have given up and lost hope, but even after 12 years, when she hears about the man called Jesus, she goes looking for him, having faith that he might be able to help her. What I love as well is that she has so much faith that she doesn't need Jesus to stop and talk with her, pray with her and lay hands on her. She believes that if she can just touch his clothing, that would be enough to find healing. You can feel the desperation as she reaches out amongst the crowd of people. This story inspires me to have that type of faith, that even when things have been really tough for a long time, there is still healing to be found in Jesus. Often when I'm going through difficult times, it can feel like there'll never be a light at the end of the tunnel. I think particularly in this season that we're in with the COVID-19 pandemic. I don't know about you, but with every lockdown and each increase in numbers of cases and deaths, I become more and more weary. It feels overwhelming and I get weighed down by the difficulty and suffering all around me. Much like the woman in this story, it's a feeling of when will it end, when will we find relief? But this story reminds us that this season will not last forever, that when we reach out, Jesus is there. Even when we try to turn to Jesus without him noticing, as the woman in the story did. If you feel like the woman in the story, that this tough time will never end, I encourage you to keep going. You can get through this. You are strong. No matter how small your faith feels, in God's hands it is enormous. You are fearfully and wonderfully made by a God who does not make mistakes. This season will end. You can get through it. I hope you have a good day.